Vernal's downtown has really a historic feel to it. Vernal started establishing in the late 1800s, and so we have the old historic structures, the old historic buildings. There's some vibrant, beautiful aspects of it, but there's also some areas that need some attention.
Our downtown has struggled so bad in the past. For years, for a time, there was like 1 or 2 stores open on every block and that was it. And the rest of them were just vacant. Our town has seen some serious economic hardships. I mean, it's the ebb and flow of the oil and gas industry, and we've been through years where really we were just one bad summer away from everything just falling apart.
I love Vernal. I grew up here in Vernal. I have a lot of fond memories as a child, walking the downtown area, shopping, buying my first bike in downtown, and we've lost some of that over the years.
Our community, they want to see something happen here. They don't want to see it crumble. We know there's a lot of work to do to make our downtown the place we know it can be. So we created a downtown steering committee to come together to make a plan. It's going to take some really hardworking, creative people to carry our town into its next chapter. It will have great places for us to be able to hold huge community events. We hope to have a place where people can start up a startup restaurant or a startup business.
During this planning process, we heard from the community, we heard from the residents, and they want a successful downtown. This plan is very aggressive and robust, and this isn't just putting some flowers out or redoing a sidewalk. This is a lot of construction work, and it's a several-year process. In order for this revitalization effort to be successful, we really need to have community involvement. One of the challenges is when you involve this many people, everyone has their own ideas and they're valid, they're legitimate, but how do you bring all these different ideas into the mix? And in that process, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be discussion and disagreement.
It breaks your heart to see empty storefronts on Main Street. These projects, I feel, are going to revitalize that.
The water and sewer facilities in particular are in dire need of some help.
Love the idea, totally for it, and really look forward to what this plan and future plans bring to Vernal.
The community has really came together. They want to see a strong downtown. They want to see somewhere that's vibrant for businesses, for events, and for our community.
Our downtown is going to change. In the next 5 years, it's going to be different. We can decide what that different looks like. Is it gonna continue to struggle, or can we make it into a vibrant, revitalized downtown?
A downtown has the power to bring a community together. Our town has had some serious economic hardships, but we're resilient and we're gonna fight and we're gonna come back stronger than we were before.
It's really up to us to decide what our town's gonna be. It's up to us to decide what our future's gonna be. Over the years, there's been a lot of vacancies in the downtown storefronts. Our main street was struggling, so we came together to make a plan.
So the downtown revitalization project to me is really about giving people a place that they can come, they can shop, they can eat, they can really connect and make those memories with each other.
After years of community involvement and research, we've developed a downtown plan to revitalize Main Street.
So a project this size is extremely daunting. It takes an incredible amount of planning throughout multiple years to make it happen. My roots are here in Vernal. Generations of my family have lived here, and so I really care about this place. I want to see it thrive.
We want to protect our small town look and feel. One of the first action steps in the plan was to identify areas that the city has the ability to redevelop. For example, there are vacant, deteriorating buildings downtown, and we took the proper steps to purchase, remediate, and remove these unsafe structures. The plan is to revitalize downtown block by block. The first downtown block that we're giving focus and attention to is the Zions Bank block. The Zions Bank project is a fantastic example of keeping that historic character, but undergoing a complete renovation.
As we've been revitalizing our downtown, local businesses have responded and have started moving downtown. Abby's is a great example of that, and other businesses are following.
My name is Abby, and I'm the owner of Abby's Cafe. So after 25 years of waitressing in our little town, I decided to start my own cafe. When I came to look at this space, it was gutted. I was a little overwhelmed, but I knew I could make it into something fabulous. We literally had to build this from the ground up. We had to build the kitchen, had to build the bathrooms, had to build the addition, all new tables, chairs, everything. Behind the cafe, when we first opened, that parking lot was nothing but dirt and potholes.
The first construction project focuses on safer walkways, more convenient parking, and better landscaping.
The construction definitely lasted a little bit longer than what we had all hoped or anticipated for, but I know the city and BHI worked as much as they possibly could.
Contractors work as fast as they can, but they still fight material delays, weather, and we know these are difficult for the Main Street businesses.
Now that the construction is over, I can tell a huge difference. I get complimented every day on how beautiful it is back there.
It's these local businesses that will bring back the heart to our Main Street.
A few of our biggest obstacles are the amount of traffic and the truck traffic on Highway 40 and the lack of safe walkways. To accommodate the heavy truck traffic, we've designed safe walkways behind the buildings, and this will allow people to walk safely and enjoy the downtown environment.
The cafe has grown tremendously. Okay? I love where we're in the heart of downtown. People love the patio area that we have with the lights, the tables, the umbrellas, just the whole ambiance, the feeling of it all is so fantastic. Everybody's loving it, and it's beautiful.
We have a Downtown Alliance group.
The Vernal Downtown Alliance is a nonprofit that's here to help execute the Vernal Downtown Plan. And what we do is provide resources and support to downtown businesses.
70% of first-time sales come from your curb appeal. A lot of grants are focused on helping people start businesses. We want to go beyond that, and we want to help our existing businesses elevate their storefronts and really thrive.
Our city council came together to adopt a facade grant program that would support these local businesses.
We really want Vernal's downtown to be a destination in and of itself. When I moved to Vernal a couple years ago, the downtown area was very quiet.
In the past, Main Street looked like it shut down at night, and our Main Street was pretty deserted.
Our downtown used to be boring. Now our downtown is becoming way more exciting.
A vibrant nightlife is healthier for our local economy, and it's also good for our community. Just recently, we've had several new businesses open and events created downtown on Main Street that cater to these evening crowds. It's these local businesses that bring people downtown, bring the excitement, and bring the energy.
We have better attended events, we have more life on our main street, and we have seen a massive increase in property values.
We are starting to see a surge of businesses coming downtown.
It gives us a little glimpse into what the future holds for downtown.
My name is Trisha Sorensen, and I am a home baker.
Do you want the white one? Yeah, the white one. It'll be good. It'll be good.
I started making macarons out of my house about 3 years ago, and it just started as a hobby. And then as people tasted them, they wanted to buy them, and it slowly snowballed. I'm now making hundreds of macarons out of my house each week.
Want me to melt some chocolate drizzle? There we go. Wow, that's really thick. I'm gonna pour this over the top.
That made it thinner.
It's really challenging baking for my home because there's never a clock out time. So I'm trying to make cookies, but also be mom and keep my house together and keep my kids happy.
No, I don't want it.
And it's just always this constant whirlwind.
Can't go to the garage because the garage door is locked.
You said that yesterday.
Yeah, and tonight's the night, girlfriend.
You said that the night before yesterday.
Tonight is the night, I promise you.
I feel like I've maxed out with where I'm at and what I'm able to do on my home. If I want my business to continue to grow, I have to make some changes. I was talking to a good friend of mine who mentioned this business pitch competition to me, and I decided to go ahead and apply for it, and I didn't tell anybody because if I didn't win, I didn't want to make a big deal of it. I've never done anything like this before. I've always kind of stayed in my comfort zone of if I can do it at my house, then I'll do it at my house. I was super nervous because I didn't know what to expect. And so I just went in and tried my best to be as clear about my idea as I could be, but it's nerve-wracking.
I would like to open a consignment bakery here in Vernal in the downtown area. The idea behind the
My idea that I'm pitching is that I will create an indoor farmers market and consignment bakery to where I can make my macarons, so I can have a physical space for my macarons, but then I can provide a physical space for other home bakers or other homemakers and crafters to be able to sell their things as well. So after I did my business pitch, I tried to just calm myself down because I didn't want to get my hopes up.
So I'm super excited to congratulate Trisha Sorensen as our first place winner.
When they announced that I was the winner, I just was a little bit in shock, a little bit of disbelief, but just so excited because yes, I'm gonna be able to make this happen, but then also, oh no, I have to make this happen. As soon as I found out that I won, I went and signed a lease. Everyone we've talked to says we need 6 months to a year to get going, but we're gonna do it in 3 months. We got into the kitchen and what I thought was perfect wasn't perfect. I have to figure out how to replumb the sink. I have to hardwire an oven, and I have to do all these other things just for it to pass inspection so that we can open. The thing I'm most nervous about is filling my store with vendors, because if I don't get enough vendors in here, then we are not gonna be able to sustain the business. to being a legitimate business with like a space, I've had to rethink everything.
Are you gonna help me? Okay.
I have 4 kids. My youngest is 5 and my oldest is 11, and they are very much still needing mom and still needing my attention, and so that's been a hard thing, but I feel like it's been worth it because they are seeing mom go for a dream. As we're getting going, we're hitting these roadblock after roadblock, and we are seeing that so many people are coming in to have our back. In anticipation for the opening, I'm here baking all day, every day, 600 macarons to get started, hoping that's enough, and learning the new kitchen, learning a new oven. So in my mind, if we had 16 vendors, we would be okay, and we are sitting here getting ready to open at 30 vendors, and we have a waiting list of 20 vendors.
I was thinking you could just drill holes at like an inch and half an inch in and down, and then just tie some twine and just go up and up.
Perfect. Okay, do it. I think that's great.
In our town, there is nothing else like this. I feel so proud to have my work displayed publicly in a brick and mortar store like Market on Main. You can come in and see local artists and their work.
When tourists come into our community, they want that local flair. And so as visitors go into Market on Main, they can pick up those one-of-a-kind treasures that they just can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, bring tomorrow. No, you're good. You're good. You guys are awesome.
I've seen Trisha become a leader through this process. She hears us. I feel like she's so present when we have a concern, or we have a goal, or we have an idea.
The week before opening, my husband and I were in the store getting everything set up, and the rain starts. And it's raining really hard, and I look at him and I say, I wonder if it's gonna leak. And the moment the words came out of my mouth, the water starts pouring down all over the floor. So we grab a bucket and we grab the garbage cans and we set up the garbage cans, and we just sit and wait and watch until the water lets down. The Sunday before opening, I was making dinner for my family, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of just panic that, you know, there's stores that open here in town that don't stay open. What if this fails? What if I'm one of those businesses that's only open for 3 months, and then because I don't know what I'm doing, we fail, and I end up letting everyone all my vendors down, all the people in the community who bought into this, and I just had to go in the pantry and shut the door and cry it out. My husband came in and said, "What are you doing?" and kind of gave me that moment to laugh and to take a breath and be like, it's gonna be okay. Whatever happens, it's gonna be okay. So today is our grand opening, and it's this day that felt like it would never get here, and it's here, and it's surreal. It's been a whirlwind, and we've worked so hard to get here.
60? And it's $2.
I am so excited for the customers to actually get in the store and to realize that their friends and their neighbors and people they know are creating things, and it's all here. The The turnout for grand opening has exceeded every expectation. We were not ready for all the people that would be coming the door. It's a moment of pride. It's just one of those most fulfilling things to be able to have a dream about something and then to see that dream follow through and to become a reality. 1, 2, 3. It's not just mine. It's my family's too. It gives me chills thinking about it. It's just awesome.
Trisha's experience with Market on Main has been inspirational to me and many others in the community. She's really sparked this chain reaction of individuals thinking about entrepreneurism, thinking about starting their own business. Hey, if Trisha can do that, wow, maybe I can take my idea and make it into a business too.
I chose a theme of community for my business because I believe there's so much power in community, and I look at our town and I look at what our town has done for my family, and I look at what it's done for the people around me and what happens when the community comes together and supports each other. I had a goal of what we needed for opening weekend, and as we sat down and looked at the numbers, after it was all said and done, we tripled that goal. If this is something that's needed in our community and people need a space, then maybe we need a bigger space. Even in a rural community, we have such great internet here, so we can support an e-commerce site, which is really exciting. This is just the beginning. There's so much more for Market on Main.
Put the work in. Hey, put the work in. Put the work in. Yeah.
My name is Jordan Clark, and I like to save walls from being boring. 2 years ago, I started a company called 91 Designs. We're professional graffiti artists that have taken spray paint to a new level. As a kid, I never believed I could make art full time. Growing up, I was always told, artists don't make it. Art's a good side gig. You need to do something else. So before I started painting murals, I worked in the engineering world. 2 years ago, I had some really life-changing events happen, and one of which was I found out I had a tumor the size of a hockey puck in my face. So in order to remove my tumor, it was a 12-hour surgery done by 2 surgeons full-time. When I went to the doctor, it was like you could wake up and be on a feeding tube the rest of your life. You could wake up and have to be on a breathing apparatus and not be able to swallow or breathe. There was a huge relief when I found out that it wasn't cancerous, because the rate of survival, if it was cancerous, was basically 0. So after I went through all of this in the healing with the tumor, it just really shifted my perspective on what was important in life. I took a really strong look at my happiness and realized that it was a lot more important to me to be happy in what I do every day than what it was to just be out there making money. That change in perspective, it gave me the courage to push through to become a professional artist. Each mural we paint usually has a story behind it that the owner wants to tell.
It should be done by the end of the week.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Tonight we're doing the projection. We work a lot at night, so we project the image onto the wall so that we can get all the line work done. One of the #1 tools that saves time is this projector.
Our tape skills.
One of our projects is a mural for a local business called Esquire RV.
If we want, we can just go and put a bunch of little small tape marks. All right, go.
What they want is a mural that reflects the business that they are, which is selling campers and recreational vehicles. This mural is a visualization of the fun things that you can do around our town. We've got a problem. Yes. Our mural's half the size of what it's supposed to be. Yeah, a big problem.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes.
Oh, he's being serious.
I'm being serious.
Cute.
It's hard to tell. Grant caught it. So, somewhere along the lines, we designed it short. Starting out a new mural artist company, there's been a huge learning curve.
Did you see how satisfying that was? It all came off in one, you guys.
For now, we'll finish this up, and then we'll work on the design process again for the rest of the wall, and we'll come back when we get that done and finish the whole wall. I've seen our murals help local businesses by taking them from being just a standard drab little building to make it a bright, colorful statement in the town.
In many ways, these murals are a representation of bringing the downtown back to life.
I feel like with these stories behind the art, people are able to get a glimpse of what our town is really about.
So with this explosion of art in this town, it's really helped spread the story of our town, of all the other things that this town has to offer than just the oil and gas industry. It takes a lot of courage to pursue a career in art because there's so many unknowns. Okay, so I'm going to show you some basics really fast, and then I believe in learning on the job. So these cans are lower pressure, which allows you to have more control over what you spray. As a kid, I wish that I was told that I could make it happen. I go talk to kids about what it takes to be a full-time artist and to show them that they can. Some of the greatest inventors and artists of all time have came from small towns.
I really see the local arts being a key component to the future of our community. It brings a richness, it brings that additional level of fulfillment in the community.
I grew up in this town and I'm so proud of being able to have my art be a part of our story. I had to dream big to become a professional artist, and now that I am, I'm excited to dream even bigger. This is our new space. We just got this shop and it's gonna let us do murals in the winter. It's heated and ready to roll. Today we're starting a new mural in downtown Vernal for Cedar Bear. It's 30 foot tall by 40 feet wide, which will be our tallest project to date. So in less than 2 years, we've gone from just myself out of my garage to having a full team of artists and designers and our own shop, plus a waiting list of murals to do. I never imagined my work could take off like this. I've become very grateful of the life I have.
Dinosaur. Days take one. I live in dinosaur land. I love dinosaurs and I love them way much. It's past the number I can't count to. That's how much. Which that big number, it's a lot, and a lot. That's how much I love dinosaurs, period.
Welcome to Dinosaur Days.
This weekend is Dinosaur Days. Today I get to ride in a hot air balloon. The balloon was this big. My pilot's name is Tim. Tim is funny. My favorite part of riding in a hot air balloon is that if you close your eyes, you just can't even tell that you're moving, but you actually are.
This is the biggest festival that we've ever had here in Vernal. The hospitality committee here in our community wanted to create an event to bring people in to stay in our hotels and eat in our restaurants. And we want to bring people downtown and have them fall in love with that space so that they continue to come back and support those local businesses. So this event has really helped the community come together.
We're going down. Well, it feels like it.
Today when I landed, all the kids come out. I love that. That's the best part of what I do. That's what I love about Vernal is the family side of it and everybody coming out to be a part of it. The most special things about Dinosaur Days, it's the whole city coming together to make not just a balloon event, but to make a city event.
Something so magical about the night glow is that we shut down our main street and 10,000 plus people come down and they're walking across Main Street, they're seeing these balloons, they're shopping in the local shops and eating in the local restaurants. The economic impact for an event like this or any other where we bring people downtown is huge. Dinosaur Days is becoming one of the largest hot air balloon festivals in Utah.
My horses were my best friends growing up. I just have always had this deep, deep love for horses. I'm an equine body worker, which is like a massage therapist and physical therapist for horses.
The love of horses started probably when I was tiny. So my whole life I have ridden and worked with horses in one way or another.
Hey, good boy. Good boy. So performance horses are very much like professional athletes. Just like a professional football player, they need to be properly conditioned and trained.
So when you're building a relationship with a horse, you need to work with them every single day. And to repay you with that trust, they give you their everything when you go make a run. Without that, there is no partnership. The Basin is really cool because we have some of the most elite riders and equine athletes in the nation. We are well known that the Basin girls are hard to beat.
I've been working with some of the top trainers and horses in the industry. It's always been my dream to be able to have a nice facility.
We have team ropers, we have dressage horses, we have halter horses, we have barrel horses. When you add those all up, there's literally thousands, and there's nowhere for them to be rehabbed. Paula came up with the idea that we should open a rehab specialty clinic, and we had no idea how to get started. A dear friend had told me about the business competition.
I knew our business is an amazing, amazing idea and very much needed, but I was still very, very nervous. At our facility, Elite Rehab and Conditioning, we will treat more horses year-round, which will improve efficiency and allow us to offer more services.
I was afraid that we would be laughed off stage. The 2 questions they did ask were not ones we were prepared for. I felt very disheartened. I just knew it was over.
Me and Kyler looking at each other thinking, not even gonna consider us.
We might get 3rd place. Best outcome, we could get 3rd place. And they announced 3rd and it wasn't us, and they announced 2nd and it wasn't us.
And our first place standard winner is Paula Henline and Kylie Henderson.
James, I kind of just sat there in shock. Is this really happening to us right now?
It was like one of the greatest experiences of my life. So after we won the competition, we were like, oh, it's on. It's not just all talk any longer. We're doing it.
So we are renovating this old cool barn and turning it into a state-of-the-art facility. So the barn was in pretty rough condition in the beginning. It was dirt floors, the walls had holes in it. There were bugs and animals living in the barn that we had to completely renovate.
So winning this competition has really accelerated our business plan.
Within a week, we had equipment on its way. We did research and we got the elite equipment so that we could offer the very best to our clients. So the AquaTread is specifically made for rehabilitation and conditioning horses.
One of the difficulties and challenges building this business is there's no roadmap. We're kind of breaking new ground here.
I had no idea what it took to start a business. It has been probably the biggest growth of my life. So the calls are starting to come in. We actually have a wait list.
It's so rewarding for me just to finally step into my role.
To see a vision and want it, and then actually do it with your own 2 hands, it's pretty exciting. I was meant for this.
Kids Canal is over 100 years old. The canal was dug by Nelson Merkley in 1879. Kids have been swimming and fishing in that canal for over 100 years.
In 1953, Utah's Fish and Game Commission designated the area as a kids-only fishing place, where only those 13 under were allowed to fish. And that's where it got its name, Kids Canal. Each summer, they would stock the canal with 400 or 500 fish.
They even had derbies, contest who could catch the most or the biggest.
Fish and Game Commission said that Kids Canal was the heaviest fish stream in their district.
In the early 90s, I know there was concern about children being safe there.
Imagine a hot day and your kids would be out there, they'd be playing, getting in the water, and then they'd cool off, so they'd go lay on the hot pavement on the road. As soon as they heard a car coming, they would jump up and get back in the canal. You know, that posed a few problems.
Several of the property owners were willing to donate property for the use of the trail and to better the environment around the canal. The city was able to obtain federal funding, and hundreds of thousands of federal dollars were put into the area towards the trails, the bridge, picnic area, and on 1500 West.
So Kids Canal was one of the first designated greenbelts in the Vernal area. What basically a greenbelt means is it's a wild, undeveloped area.
When I first heard that Kids Canal was going to be piped, I was shocked because I felt like it's a part of the Uinta Basin. It's a part of what makes us special.
The original plans were to pipe all of Central Canal, including the Kids Canal portion.
What I have seen other areas in the valley that were canals that became piped was pretty devastating. The trees completely get cut down. We live in a desert, and so if you take that water away, the riparian area is gone. The soil here can't grow anything if there's no water.
The community has a great passion for Kids Canal. So when the news came out that the canal is going to be piped, there was a lot of interest in trying to save and maintain that Kids Canal portion. There was a compromise with the design, and that was modified so that the Kids Canal portion could maintain open water, the trail, and an area to still recreate.
I think the most important thing that came out of those meetings was that over and over again, individuals expressed how important Kids Canal really is to the community. What an impact the history has, what an impact the trees and the water have.
And to have this special place right near the center of town where you can walk in the shade and smell the water and hear the kids laughing, it's very unique, it's very special. I think we need to protect it.
The Innovation Center is intended to foster and incubate new businesses within the community.
Dozens of community leaders came together and started discussing how can we diversify our economy? What are some things that we can do?
We have some challenges. We're landlocked, we don't have rail, we don't have a waterway.
But one thing about the technology industry is that it doesn't need a railroad, it doesn't need an interstate, and it doesn't need an international airport. All it needs is the gigabit connectivity that we have here in our community.
The Innovation Hub is for small businesses, for startups, for entrepreneurs, or those who may be working in their home and are looking for an office environment.
They've been hiding in their trucks, in their basements. So this will provide the resources they need, and they're also going to be in an environment where others that are like-minded are coming together and they can feed off of each other and work together to make new businesses happen.
So small towns like ours, we need new businesses to grow from the inside.
There's a rural initiative to introduce more co-working centers, an online working center in the rural communities, and a grant was made available by Governor's Office of Economic Development. The grant funded just over $200,000 of the renovation and remodeling of the center and made the Innovation Hub possible.
The former Vernal City Police building was chosen after a lot of thought. You know, when we first looked at it, it hadn't been used for 8 or 9 years. It had paneling on the wall. It was very closed with 8-foot ceilings, but there's a few key things that we were looking for. We wanted it to have a Main Street presence. We wanted it to be able to be connected to high-speed internet, and we wanted it to be a place where people that may be currently working online could come and work in a great environment.
And it's been a really good fit. It's 7,000 square feet, and it's just about the right size of creating this hub, and it's right on Main Street.
The space represents our local community and what they can do, so we wanted to bring in local artists to show off their artwork and really decorate the space.
The Innovation Hub provides office spaces, conference rooms, podcast rooms, and many other services that help businesses to succeed.
Here at the Hub, we offer a wide range of classes, programs, opportunities to learn for our local business owners.
All this work has definitely been a group effort with both public sector and private sector partners. So for example, one of our private sector partners, Strata Networks, they provide internet service and phone service to the Hub, which is a huge asset.
I moved to this town a year ago. I needed an office with excellent internet connections. For my work, currently I'm focused on AI and machine learning. Working with AI and going forward in technology, the Innovation Hub feels like it's just set for this.
A whole new generation of tech-based jobs are starting here in this facility and diversifying our economy.
In rural America, nobody's going to come and help you be who you want to be. It has to start from the inside, and then we work our way out. So that's what the Innovation Hub is. It allows us to come in and create our own entrepreneurs here.
This Innovation Hub has grown so much over the past couple years.
So now we're to the point where we're maxed out. Our offices are full, our waiting list keeps growing, and the need for more room is really a good thing. Now we have the data to show that the Innovation Hub is meeting its mission. It also shows that our community is thriving because we see all of these new businesses starting from the inside.
This creativity, this innovation, the partnership and collaboration that made this hub possible is the very elements that we see occurring here in the hub to make it successful for small businesses.
BHI is a national construction company. We do multiple projects across the country in a wide variety of industries: solar farms, hospitals, civil and excavation projects. As we grow as a company, one of the biggest challenges that we face is dealing with software. The more we grow, the more our software needs grow and become more complex. So we were stuck until we came across Step Pipeline.
We empower rural companies to create solutions to their own software needs. We partner with companies and help develop their in-house talent, their existing employees, to train them to be software developers and help build their own development team.
You know, I'd say we live in a rural town, and when you're dealing with software and technology, all the talent is assumed to be in the big cities. But actually, there is so much talent here in a small community such as ours.
Growing up, my dad was a welder, and I come from generations of blue-collar workers. I saw the toll that being out in the oil field day after day, heat, snow, rain, wind, the toll it takes. Growing up, it was always a major focus in my family to grow up and to get an education. When I got the opportunity to do this web development apprenticeship, I came home and I told my wife, we just both knew that this was gonna change our family. Before working at BHI, I never really worked with computers. Dev Pipeline has helped me grow in my career by teaching me all the skills I need to build any web application that I could ever dream of. I wanted to take all of the work ethic and grit and everything that my family instilled in me, and I wanted to take it to show that you can take the same blue-collar skills you have and you can apply them to a white-collar career. When I was little, My dad would build all these really cool things out of metal, and now I get to build really cool things, but it's in code.
We've seen this program help others with upward mobility, income security, and work-life balance, as well as sometimes generational change. Dev Pipeline is a workforce development program that helps companies with their software development needs.
I think when we talk about rural Utah and diversifying our economies, this program has really caused excitement for the business community as a whole on what we can do and how we can grow.
When I was a little boy, I loved going fast. I enjoy doing things that are fast and dangerous and extreme. Flying was the route to be able to see a lot of the world. I worked 7 years getting licenses and preparing to be a pilot. One day, it all changed. I was going on a flight with a student. We had just started up, we were taking off, and we had engine failure, and we came down really hard and really fast. In flight school, we were taught there are two very dangerous stalls, one on takeoff and those on landing. Those are the two stalls that people don't typically live through. From the accident, I had broken my back, 12 vertebrae, and also my hip. I left the hospital with the training of how to live my life in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Being in a wheelchair was quite the change for me. The opposite of flying. I'm not able to fly anymore. After the accident, that career isn't an option any longer.
Just gonna lean in. If you can't push with your legs, you'll have to rely on your arms a fair bit, given that your legs are weak, but we'll try it, okay?
It really took about a year to get to where I was walking fairly well. What gave me hope was my family, my two little boys and my wife. When deciding what I was going to do, there was a big draw to not do anything and to give up. That's not what I wanted, though. I wanted to be useful, be in a career that would be fulfilling. I had decided to go back to school and was looking at a degree in accounting. I found that I don't necessarily like accounting, and luckily found Dev Pipeline.
Dev Pipeline is an educational organization where we teach people how to code. Dev Pipeline doesn't just provide the education, but we also provide the on-the-job training and the work experience that's so necessary to get a job.
I went to the open house and was able to see the program and decided to join that day. This program has given me a lot of hope. There are a lot of career opportunities in web development. Working in tech opens doors because you don't have to be able to use your back and lift the weight. It's been great to have an environment that's a little bit more flexible and willing to work with my struggles. Being a father has motivated me to not stop, to not quit. I am very excited to be coming to the end of the program. I've come to realize that I'm just beginning my journey.
Of all the places something in the universe is most likely to be watching,
This pocket of the Uinta Basin, dubbed UFO Alley, is probably it. In the 1960s and 1970s, there were a lot of reports that started coming out around the Skinwalker Ranch area of strange lights in the sky and flying objects. Some people reported time differences that were strange and other weird phenomena that happened in the area. And it's all built this mythology with Skinwalker Ranch at the very center.
Skinwalker Ranch is the most paranormal studied hotspot in the world. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch is a documentary series that follows the investigative efforts of scientists and experts as we try to understand the science behind the paranormal. People resonate with what we're doing out there because we're all on that quest, to find out what else is out there. And really, what we're doing out at Skinwalker Ranch, it's a movement. I don't think any of us expected it to blow up and be the success that it is today. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch is one of the top-rated and viewed television shows on cable television. In its first week on Netflix, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch was in the top 10.
So Eastern Utah has had several film and television productions shoot there through the years, but The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch and other shows like that have really put it on the map.
Several years ago, we noticed that hundreds, if not thousands of people that love the show were coming here looking for an experience.
I've met people as far away as Australia that have come just to stand at the entrance and be able to see where all of these strange things are occurring.
Film tourism is the idea that people want to see where a favorite show was shot. And it's definitely a genre of tourism that's growing.
So it's just been within the last 5 years that we're starting to see this big growth of people coming here for things that they have seen on television. So we created an event called Phenomicon. Phenomicon is a 4-day conference where fans and paranormal enthusiasts can come to Vernal from all over the world and be able to have an experience. They can meet with the cast and crew of several of the different shows, from Skinwalker Ranch, from Blind Frog Ranch, from Expedition Bigfoot. This conference is great because it pulls people together that love the paranormal, and they can connect and make new friends. Each year, Phenomicon just gets bigger and bigger. This year, we had people from 47 states and 4 countries.
We're seeing our audience make these pilgrimages from around the world.
The Phenomicon conference books out our hotels every single year. A lot of times guests will even say, as they're leaving the conference, when can I book next?
The growth of film tourism has sparked this huge economic driver here in our community. The economic impact is huge. It's been fun to see several local businesses pop up due to film tourism, due to these shows being filmed in our area. We have the UFO Valley Campground.
I'm Jody Scott. I am the co-owner of UFO Valley Campground and UTV Tours, along with my husband Stacy.
They will say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're here. We're actually here," and it's just so fun to see that.
UFO Campground is creating this immersive experience where fans of the show can come in, they can camp right on the mesa.
When somebody calls and asks when is the best time to see a UFO, we're always like, dang, you just missed it.
I honestly didn't think that people would come and camp, but I was totally wrong.
People, for years, they've just came, they went to the gate and they've left. Now they come back every single year because they love this area. It's so fun to see how welcoming our community is.
They have a view of the same sky that you see in all the shows, and they can go there and feel like they're a part of the scene, like they're a part of the show.
Oh, and remember that one, the red one? It was just like the dots looked like they would pop up in different places all around each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a red one. And I thought that
Well,
was
we
so
just
cool.
tell everybody, welcome to our backyard.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what they are. You'll get them up there on the mesa and hand them a pair of binoculars, and they look down and they start jumping up and down. They are so excited to actually be on the mesa. We're making the best of the tourism industry, welcoming people from all over the world to our backyard.
I love how Uena County is embracing these new viewers and inviting them to their community to strengthen the local economy and really experience the town in their own way. We've really seen a growth in productions focusing on paranormal activities thanks to the success of Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
When a filming production comes to a rural county, it supercharges their economy.
When you look at the size of the production for the Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, the economic impacts to a small community are massive. We're bringing in dozens of people that are staying in hotels, eating at restaurants, infusing a lot of new dollars into the community.
We want to incentivize film production companies to come to our rural counties.
One of our goals was to see more film production happen in rural areas and push the economic impact off the Wasatch Front. And so we created this Rural Film Incentive Program. The Rural Film Incentive has been an investment on a community level, and we see productions spend between $100,000 and $250,000 a day in these communities, and that goes right back into the residents and businesses that live there.
This film incentive has had a huge economic impact on our community. We've seen it help our local businesses, our hotels, our production companies, and I just see this as being the door to more films being produced here in the area. This is such a great area to be able to film in. Really, everything that's great about Utah, you can find here right within the Uinta Basin.
I think people are looking for authentic locations and authentic stories, and you're going to find those in rural Utah.
The film industry isn't just coming from the outside, it's also growing here within our own community.
One of the things that was important to us in the beginning, and still is today, is our ability to tell local stories.
V6 Media has helped tell our local stories, from all the things to see and do here, to all the reasons why you want to relocate here, to move here, to be a part of this small town.
Utah has such a rich history of filmmaking, and Eastern Utah is really adding to that legacy.
Rich storytelling is deeply woven into this part of Utah, and it has been for thousands of years. It prompts one to wonder, where did we come from? What will we leave behind? And who, if anyone, is watching?
Going down the track for me is very calm. I like sitting behind the steering wheel, putting my hands on my parachute. As I let go of the button and the car takes off, everything is in slow motion.
It's a full-blown adrenaline rush. That's the fun part about being at the drag strip, is the adrenaline that comes with the race. So Buckskin Hills is a multi-sport facility that is located just outside of Vernal for the community's use. The facility has the ability to provide events for many different experiences. The choice is yours. The thing that we were missing at this facility was a drag strip.
There's a huge need in the state of Utah for a track because there is not another track in the state. Very few in the surrounding states, and we are losing tracks every day.
I hope that this sport stays alive. I would like to see it grow bigger.
The great thing about Buckskin Hills is the land that they've chose to put it on. There's not houses around it, and it has actually been designed for recreational use.
So for the past 3 years, we've been working on this drag strip.
So one of the challenges we faced was the land was hilly and it had a lot of fall to it. The county did a fantastic job mitigating the incline and getting the hills out of the way. It took 2.5 years of work on the facility before we could run a car down the track. The volunteers that came to help donated hundreds of hours.
There's a lot of people in our small town that have stepped up to the plate, donated their time, donated equipment, donated money to make this work.
So the drag strip out at Buckskin Hills is very much a county-run facility, but it has been built with the help of many people in the community. There's no way that we could have done this without their help.
When I found out that they were building a track out here, I was excited. We don't have to street race no more like we used to. Street racing is bad. It's dangerous. It's real dangerous.
That's one of the things that's so great about Buckskin Hills is providing a safe, controlled environment for these cars to go down, where we have that safety and those personnel that are there.
One of the questions was the guardrails. I wasn't really going to let a car go down that track without guardrails. So a local company donated over $500,000 of pipe casing for our guardrails.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong going down the track, and if you hit the wall, you are at risk of hurting yourself and damaging your car very bad.
Racers want to know they're safe. It's nice that we give them a safe location to do that.
The #1 rule out at Buckskin Hills is safety, closely followed by the #2 rule, which is to have fun.
Even though the track is new and just getting going, it's already started to bring in out-of-state people, out-of-town people. We had 14 different states visit our track in the Basin Bash 2.0.
So this drag strip has the ability to have many different races going all on the same day.
At the beginning of the race, we do a chip draw. Everyone draws a chip with matching numbers. Whoever's number you draw, that's who you get to race that round.
When the track is prepped well, the surface is sticky enough that if you used to walk across it with soft shoes, it'll take the shoes right off your feet.
During a burnout, your tire heats up, which in turn softens the rubber, and that's how you get traction.
Traction is the main goal in getting your car down the track as fast as possible. So to explain a bracket race, you will have a faster car and a slower car. The slower car gets a head start, and the faster car has to catch them, and they try to be at the exact same spot at the finish line at the exact same time.
Within racing, there's a lot of types and styles of racing people do. The style I like to do is no prep. No prep essentially means there is no glue on the track.
So a no prep race is basically the Wild West of drag racing. The track is not cleaned, the track is not swept, the track is not washed. It is just as Mother Nature intended it.
No prep racing is different in the aspect that it is more dangerous than glued track racing.
One of the fun things about a no prep race is the thrill of it.
This type of racing brings hundreds of people from out of state, out of town. All the races at Buckskin Hill right now are privately rented. Everyone rents the track, and it's not cheap to run one of these races.
Yeah, they just told him twice up there that he was the next.
In racing, it is a team sport. You have a crew guy. You might have a couple crew guys. You always have some family with you.
Racing is a family sport, from the grandparents to the grandchildren, everybody. Everybody helps each other get into their cars to buckle up and get helmets.
People are coming from all over to race in our small town.
One of the exciting things at our last race is we started seeing bigger names show up. In fact, We got Limpy, the OG Cash Days guy, to come flag our race. We try very hard to be inclusive of everybody. We want anyone from a minivan to a Mustang to come and race with us.
The fun part about the drag strip at Buckskin Hills is anybody with a car can come out.
I believe there's a huge economic impact.
$15,000. Can I get a trophy?
People are buying parts at the parts houses. They're eating at their restaurants 3 times a day. They're staying in the hotel.
The exponential growth of this track is phenomenal. Each race is better, each race is bigger, each race is having more and more fast cars show up. As a fellow drag racer, I want everybody to come out and play. I want to see how fast your car really truly is.
Our airport serves this community in a variety of ways. We're really lucky here in Vernal to have an emergency services helicopter that is like an air ambulance service. One of the services that the airport provides is called an FBO, or a fixed base operation, and they support the general aviation community.
We have over 100 years of aviation history in our small town. It used to be one great big room here with one little tiny room with some security. Over the years, our rural airport has grown and expanded. I've been working with airlines since I was 19. I think especially here at the airport, it's fun to be small just because you get to know everybody when they fly in and out of here, and they become our families.
I worked here at the airport in high school, and then served in the military and moved around, but I flew Blackhawks, Apaches, Hueys, Chinooks, a couple others. I spent my life chasing aviation. After bouncing all over the globe, my wife and I decided to move back to Vernal. 37 years later, here I am working at the airport again. This is what we love to do and where we love to be.
So we're the only commercial airport within 2.5 hours. We have the oil field that travel for the 2-week on, 2-week off, and then you have the families that are going on vacations. We also have commuter airlines that fly from here to Salt Lake.
We're one of 7 commercial services airports in the state of Utah.
The success of the airport is critical to our small town. Our local economy and our local industries need reliable and regular air travel.
The Department of Transportation has a program called Essential Air Service, or EAS. We're lucky here in Vernal to be involved with that program. It provides a subsidy from the federal government to a community such as ours for air service. We're deemed eligible because of our geographic dislocation as well as our economic situation. If the Vernal Airport loses a federal subsidy such that we've had for the past several years, there's no way that we can afford to continue on our own. The commercial air service that we had prior to the one that we have now changed their business model and left us without commercial services. If we don't act quickly, we could lose our commercial service.
Our local employers rely on air travel to serve both throughout the state and really the rest of the country.
When it comes to creating a solution for a problem such as this, it's important to draw in everyone. We've been very, very busy coordinating not just inside of our community at the city and the county level, but been outside the city to the state level at the State Aeronautics Department.
So everybody here that works here at the airport with the airlines have to be very flexible, because you never know what's going to happen in every couple of years. You're going to be changing and having to learn new things.
We encouraged another airline that we found to apply. They applied, they are eligible, and in that eligibility, that gives us the ability for future growth. After all the good hard work that we've all done, Contour is here. So congratulations. We welcome you now under the Contour hat.
Previously we were flying to Denver, and now with the change, with the new airline, we were flying to Phoenix.
We were able to find an airline that will fit our needs here in Vernal. We're excited about it.
We're working on a plan to make our airport more attractive and usable.
We're currently buried in preparation for more flights, more hangars, a new interior to the terminal, anything that develops an economic opportunity for us here in Vernal. One of the areas where we're creating growth is with hangar availability. If you build it, they will come. It'll increase revenue, it'll increase flight opportunities.
It's really exciting to see the growth happening at our airport. We have more connecting flights now than we've ever had in our small town.
Last year, we broke an all-time record for flying passengers out of Vernal's airport, and we'll do it again.